Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jennings, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive of your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Jennings. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Jennings. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
This is Jennings. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Ravens nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A quick throw there out to Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7, Ravens nothing. Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there. 1st down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action now. Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receiver.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbinoghene. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get...
He's got it in, complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. For all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Throw left side, complete. That's Bass. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They begin the drive with Jennings on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's Jennings. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. He'll take it at the 42, and he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
They go play action with Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And out of bounds right around the 20. That one a first down pickup of 8.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown, and the Ravens get a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They begin with a quick throw out left. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
And it's 3rd down.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Tua, a final shot before half. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Dolphins.
first down. Here's Breida. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Jennings. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 10-yard line. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back to him again on the ground. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 9-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Busts through the tackle. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
But you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, hold it and got good yardage himself.
27 yards there, a first down. They'll try the left side. Bass, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ravens 14.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the line. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Punching it in from a yard away, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Ravens 21.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
20. First down, Miami.
They run again with Jennings. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. The receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Tua going to hand this one to Breida. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 23-yard run. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead. And for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Jennings. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
2nd down and 5. Shotgun, Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To a fast pass outside complete. Not much there, only a yard.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
At the Ravens' 46-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On 3rd down, it's Jennings. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. And No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. The play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And an excellent gain, 35 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Griffin. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 on the play. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
A 7-yard attempt.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
You certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch, They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On second down, it's Bass. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of the play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Here's Jackson. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Now again, right side. Bass. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Two minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Jackson now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Gay on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown. Finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run with Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. Oh, now Breida loses it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football.